So I'm gonna head out to the range to train for a bit before Handgun World Shoot. Why don't you come with me? This is first run of the day, completely cold. Let's see how we perform. That's 2894. Let's go look at the hits. All right, Alpha Charlie on the very first target. Shot these targets twice. 4 Alpha, 2 hits on the steel. I shot this target twice with a makeup from the start. That was the makeup. So 1 Alpha, 3 Charlie. I shot this target twice with a makeup. I made up for that. So 1 Alpha, 3 Charlie. Hit on the steel. Shot this target once, 2 Alpha, Alpha Charlie, and 2 hits on steel, but I edged it. That was my first shot. So overall, for a cold run, right off the bat, for it to be pretty complex and technical, I'm actually very happy. If I could shoot every stage like that at World Shoot, I'd be very happy. But I got like 800 more rounds to go through. So let's stop talking. Let's get to work. All right, so a little bit more past the halfway point of my training session. I've got about 350 rounds left or so. I'm just going to show you an update on the targets you can see in the time lapse, I'm obviously doing a lot of different drills and iterations of what I'm shooting, so just trying to obviously keep them mostly in the alpha, taping anything outside of the alpha. And really what I'm trying to focus on is to minimize the number of deltas, okay? And I don't want to see too many of those guys either, but I've changed the target arrays around a little bit, again, just to try and keep everything a little different. So I'm not just shooting the same drill over and over. Like, yeah, shooting the same drill over and over gets you really good at that drill, but you don't get to shoot a stage over and over and over. So don't train that way either. Always be mixing it up. Unless, I'll say this, that comes with an asterisk, right? Unless what you are working on requires you to execute a certain skill set. So for example, calling a shot on a piece of steel before moving to an open paper and engaging the open paper very fast, right? Like trying to get like a 12 or 11 split. Like, okay, that makes sense to do that drill over and over because the focus is on calling the good steel hit, and coming over to a piece of paper. Like, that's something you will see over and over in matches. But as far as stages, don't shoot the same stage over and over, right? So, and a few more bad guys. Plenty of hits on that steel and plenty of hits on that steel. So, overall, I'm actually feeling pretty good. There's been a few runs where I knew I was losing focus. Like, I could feel my brain starting to kind of wander, and that got my trigger sloppy, which of course resulted in makeup shots on steel and stuff. So Other than that, we're gonna finish this last few 100 rounds up. We might save the last 100 rounds or so for something fun, because, you know, all work and no play makes you a dull person. They, them? I don't know. I'm so bad at being woke. All right, so I've got everything taped up outside of the alpha, and we're gonna run another drill, or another stage, right? So pretty much like I did at the start of the day, cold start. Now I'm towards the end of my training session. I've seen the gun recoil a lot. I've felt a lot of recoil. I've had some good trigger pulls. I've had some terrible trigger pulls. Really, this is gonna be about whatever happened throughout the training process today. All of the positives and all of the negatives that pissed me off. It really comes down to, again, the execution every time you get up to a new stage. So we're gonna come out here, come up with the stage plan, and then we're gonna try and execute it regardless of what's happened today. It's about forgetting it all. Stop being excited about the amazing shots we made. Stop being pissed off about the shitty shots we made. And let's just execute on this stage for this run. One time matters, and we'll see what the hits are when I'm done. Go 2308. Let's see what's outside the alpha. There shouldn't be that many. So those were there. So it's just one Charlie on that one. There's one Charlie on that one. One Charlie there. This one's clean. One Charlie there. One Charlie. And one Charlie. And then one makeup on the piece of steel over here. But that actually was very crucial, because that last array after my reload was a 15 round array. I knew I only had one makeup. So when I had that makeup, it basically forced me to focus on the fact that I was going to be finishing on a smaller piece of steel. So to not rush that shot, get a good sight picture for it, but really focus on pulling that trigger correctly, which I did. So, all right. Now we're going to film some stuff for fun, which means that's the end of this video as far as the training to prep for World Shoot with like 5 days before I'm wheels up. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm John McClain with FPS Holsters. And remember, if you're gonna miss, at least look good doing it.